Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. So, between parts, obviously, as I mentioned, I dealt with the two basilisks down here. It took, I'd say probably about 10 minutes or so of back and forth. Again, not the most enthralling gameplay ever. But now that they've both been dealt with, we can go ahead and move on.
Uh-huh. Stand back and watch this.
Okay. I think only one of them dropped something or the game merged their loot into a single pile. One of the two, I'm not sure which.
Think carefully.
It's about time you got out here, Pratt. It is Pratt, isn't it? I don't need to tell you that we must not keep the Servok waiting. The Servok. I trust you didn't have any trouble in here. He said that the monks fell for the ruse and that Korgath was locked up, so he took the surface route out of the keep instead of meeting you in the crypts. We really must get moving if we are to catch up with him. Let's see. Yeah, I'm Pratt. Pratt is indeed my name. Where are we supposed to meet with the Servok? Back of the Iron Throne base in Baldur's Gate, of course. He has business elsewhere in the city, but no doubt we shall get our bit of coin if we await him there. There is still much left to be done, so I doubt he'll show for a while, though. The disgrace of Korgath will make the road smoother, but we must still act fast. Servok is notoriously impatient. Let's get moving. Okay, but sorry, what was the point of waiting in the crypts? The point? Did Servok not tell you? I suppose he might not have. He does have a tendency to only give information on a need-to-know basis. It hardly matters now, though. The monks of the keep are firmly of the belief that Korgath murdered the Iron Throne leaders with no provocation. Korgath has been locked away, and by the time they are sent to Baldur's Gate for trial, Servok will have full control of the city. Korgath's fate will be his to decide. You and your band will not be needed. Leaving out some words there, kind of important. To guard the boss's escape route, after all. Everything went as planned, so shall we go? Let's see, you will not be going anywhere. You conspired against me, and so you shall die. I take it that you are not Pratt, then, are you? Rather an embarrassing mistake on my part, but no matter. The murder of the Iron Throne leaders was the primary goal. Incapacitating you was to be a bit of a happy circumstance. Oh well, mustache, you'll pardon me if I don't stay to roughhouse. Cheers. Just ignore the fact that he's literally within arm's length and we should be able to hit him.
If none are better.
Oh, fucking A. Did you idiots get yourselves stuck inside one another?
I'll do my best.
You did. You fucking idiots got yourselves stuck inside one another.
Yes.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay, now we need to heal up.
Continues to be quite the challenge. You have been accused of murdering the Iron Throne leaders, and the Flaming Fist will undoubtedly hound your every step because of it. Despite all of this, you must return to the city of Baldur's Gate, the very lair of your accusers. You must find and expose the one who is responsible for your predicament. You must find Servok.
As I was saying, we now need to rest.
With caution.
Okay, that didn't really do much for us when it comes to clearing things out.
Yes.
Anyone close to leveling up? Not really.
Again.
About 6,000 off for those that are closest, and that's still pretty far off at the end of the day. Now, when we get to Baldur's Gate, we have two choices. We can do what I did last time, which is basically go to the Flaming Fist and get arrested. and then break out and then go to the Iron Throne, or we can head straight to the Iron Throne and hope that dealing with what I dealt with at the end of the last, well, the end of when I originally recorded this part, rather. We, I don't know, find evidence that we are not the ones that murdered them, and if that changes anything, I don't expect it would, though, considering that the individual in question that we'd be needing to show the evidence to, spoiler alert, is on the payroll of Servok. So I think what we're going to do is, this is going to be a bit of a different strategy than what I did last time. We are going to just basically beeline straight into the Iron Throne headquarters, because we were told that's where we were supposed to meet him, you know, assuming we were Pratt.
Think
We
carefully.
claim to be, but who we are not, actually.
Yes? Yes?
Leave me be, or the guard will have you.
Out of my way, interloper. I am getting off this sinking ship as fast as I can. Why are you so panicked? Is Servok not in control? I will not debate that he is in control, but whatever his plans, they certainly do not have the good of the Iron Throne in mind. He has abandoned us in favor of his new position, that of soon-to-be appointed Grand Duke. We are simply to be cast off, and I would not be surprised if he marches the Flaming Fist through here tomorrow as a show of his stance on mercantile crime. Let's see. Servok is to be a Grand Duke? How can this be? Quite simple, really. He has built up support by pledging to combat the very chaos he himself was sowing. I imagine he'll have a fantastic success rate too, seeing as how he is in total control with our leaders dead. I doubt that he will settle into a nice, quiet political life, though. He seems set on causing as much destruction as possible, and I think he is intent on pushing for war with Amn. Why would he pursue such a destructive plan? What could he possibly gain from it? How should I know? I'm no diviner. I only know business, and what he is doing makes very little economic sense. Had he wished to grow rich from dealing in ore, then I would have understood. Had he kept the Iron Throne intact, he could have used his upcoming position as Duke to sanction Amn and increase our trading power over groups like the Knights of the Shield. As it is, he is seemingly intent on abandoning us and launching a bloodbath of a war. Know this, the people believe in Servok, and it will take time, or it will take more than a blade to reduce his stature in the eyes of the public. How can people believe in him? Can they not see his nature? People see what they wish, and they really wish to see a savior. He offers stability and seems able to deliver. That is more than anyone has been able to deliver, or has been able to give them so far. I tire of this chatter. If you feel you must strike me down, do as you wish. Do not expect me to wait around while you do it, though.
Think carefully.
Who? Get out of the way. I don't care who you are. I just want out of here. And just who are you? Pang is the name. I'll talk you kindly to get out of my way. Or excuse me, I'll thank you kindly to get out of my way. I don't care why you're here. Take all you wish if you are thieves. I just want to leave. That Servok has become too big for his britches. Our leaders weren't a day dead before he declared the Iron Throne to be his. Then you won't mind if I help myself to your coffers, will you? Bah, they're nearly empty regardless. Servok has been making decisions on these sidelines for some time now, and it has cost us all plenty. He does not seem concerned with profits or much of anything. The iron shortage became his pet project, but he has used it to inflame tensions instead of build businesses. He's brought us down as sure as if he was some hero. Okay. What reason he would have to provoke a war, I don't know. Enjoy your looting, I'm leaving for good. You do that, but you're going the wrong way if you wanted to leave. Because if you wanted to leave, you'd go out the front door, not up the stairs that take you further inside.
Yes?
Who are you? Have you business here? Ah, what does it matter? Everything is in shambles. I expected more resistance to my breaking in. What is going on here? There is very little going on here. Everything is falling apart as we speak, and one person is to blame. And just who might that be? The Servok is the foul spawn that surely did the deed. He craves the power of the Iron Throne, but for what purpose I do not know. He throws away gold like it was copper. He uses our best laid plans to inflame governments instead of bargaining for wealth. He's in line to become a Grand Duke because of his efforts to fight his own chaos. But I doubt his coronation will stop his lust for carnage. Who are you, by the way? What are you doing here? I am here to kill Servok for what he has done. Then I shall let you pass. The more blades that chase Servok this night, the better. I must go now. And again, you're going the wrong way to leave.
With caution. With caution.
Touch me not!
Ooh,
You are
I'm tired.
unclean.
You there, stand your ground a moment. I demand to know what is going on here. I have been sent from Sembia to determine why this branch of the Iron Throne has foundered, and I have found no one who will stand still more than a second. What in blazes is going on here? Why not ask Servok? He seems to be the one in control now. Servok? That upstart? Then the rumors I have heard are true. Our regional leaders here are dead, and Servok has assumed their roles. Such arrogance. No doubt he has a hand in their demise, I'll wager. That would explain why we have not been getting reports on progress here on the coast. But what could he be up to? I shall have to report these findings to my superiors at once. What is your name and rank here? I shall report of you as well. Lieutenant Korgath, in charge of security. Korgath? I have heard that name before, but where? No matter. Consider yourself dismissed. The Iron Throne washes its hands of this place and shall support it no longer. You are no longer needed. Inform the others, will you? Or don't. We really don't care at this point. A good day and goodbye. Come on, hurry up and leave, lady. I don't actually know if there's anybody in here, because I didn't actually come in here last time. There's the cooks, but I don't expect to get anything out of them. Especially because they didn't immediately...
Casting spells isn't
fuck
as
are
easy
you
as
doing,
I make it look. I'm
Khalid?
tired.
Where the hell were you going, Khalid?
Think carefully.
No time to chit-chat.
Why, hello, Korgath. I suppose we should have expected your coming here. Bit of unfortunate business in Candlekeep, what? What do you know of what happened there? I know that you are the unwitting dupe of Servok, as were we. It would seem that he sacrificed our leaders just to discredit you, knowing that you were perhaps the only one that stood in his way. Of course, he also became our leader of the Iron Throne himself, but he seems quite beyond needing us now. Such disrespect to throw us away as he did, it hardly matters now. What with his coronation imminent, I'm sure the ducal palace will never quite be the same. I must go. Pleasure chatting with you.
Rest when we can. Yes.
Oh, we need to rest again, apparently. You guys are still fucking tired. So, I think we'll rest here, I guess. And then we'll go upstairs and get into a big fight. Oh, I can't rest here. Well, shit. I think we could rest in the sewers, and I know we can access the sewers from the basement, if I'm recalling correctly, the building. We don't really have a choice, though.
Think carefully. Think carefully.
Unless my memory is just that far off, I believe we could access the sewers from here. Hey, no one's supposed to be down here. State your business before I have to give you the beats. Don't get excited. We're just checking out some wares that we bought from the Iron Throne. I wasn't told, and I think you're lying. Okay, that's fine. I really don't give a shit about you. You're already dead. Thanks for the 65 XP. Now, the question is, will the game actually let me rest right here, or is this not a good enough place? No.
Think carefully. With caution.
Tonight you sleep hunted by all, and wake in a dream hunted by one. Tonight you are the monster everyone claims you are. The kobold scorned like a rodent. The ogre that children fear comes in the night. The mobs and their torches now come for you, counting you among the creatures you once did hunt. or so someone would have you believe. Once again you hear the voice, a voice that now makes no secret of its origins. It speaks of destiny and nature, and of evils bred in the bone. It says you will never be free of the mob, that they will hunt you for what you are. Murder and death run through your heart, and accepting that will supposedly give you power. The essence of Baal within you cannot be ignored. But you have not ignored it. You realize that from the first you have fought the very blood in your veins, fought dagger and claw for each victory, and ultimately you have triumphed. With righteous will, you have turned the dark forces within you to good purpose. Whatever the foundation of your being, you have remade yourself in your own image. Amidst threats it does not yet know are empty, the voice tries to play upon your doubts, but finds none. As you stare unwavering, the presence grows weaker and weaker. As it fades from your mind, one warning does stand out amidst the din. It speaks of others that will listen where you have not, others that will embrace what you have rejected, and others that will be your death. This describes but one man, and you know of no other it could be. He who orchestrated your fall, deceived your comrades, and deserves all that your justice shall meet upon him. Saravak. He is a debt that must be paid to the whole of the Sword Coast. You awake sure of your cause, and of what must be done.
Okay. Okay. What does this even do? The priest calls upon his god to grant him power for a short period. When he does this, his strength, constitution, and dexterity are all raised by 1 point for every 3 levels of the caster. A 3rd level caster would have his ability raised by 1, while a 12th level caster would have his abilities raised by 4. We are level 6, so this would be a level 2 spell. So that gives us a +2 to strength, constitution, and dexterity.
Yes.
But we only did that
Think
because we needed to
carefully.
rest. Now, thing is, there's some loot in here.
I've done had enough of this.
Some gold. You guys really didn't lock this shit all that well.
As you direct.
What is
Do you
it
have,
this time?
you do, wonderful. Wand of Lightning, okay. Here's a mace I want you to go ahead and identify for me. It is a generic mace +1, not particularly useful. We'll just drop it on the ground because I don't need it. It literally does me no good at this point.
Think
Okay.
carefully. Yes.
Up we go again. Now we're going to go ahead and get into that fight, and that'll be, I guess, the end for this part, because it's probably going to take the about 11 minutes left on my timer.
Yes. Yes. With caution.
Now what we're going to do is everybody
This.
everybody except Nayra
Caution.
This.
is going to head upstairs.
You
The reason is
require
quite
aid?
simple.
I'm gone.
With caution.
It does me 0 good to bring her up here. She's just a
I'm
target that will get murdered.
With caution.
I will charge forward to trigger the dialogue. So you've come back. If you were smart, Korgath, you would have left well enough alone. I don't know how you escaped my lord's trap at Candlekeep, but you won't be getting back, or you won't be getting any farther than here. Why did you come back here? I would have thought you'd go after Servok directly. Someone told us that this would be the place to go. Who told you to come here? Who betrayed my lord? It was Tamako, wasn't it? I always knew her to be a traitorous whore. Well, it matters little if she did or not. All that matters is that you will die. Okay, we go ahead and fall back because, yep. No.
Yes.
Let them come to us. Let them come to us because I don't want to fight her right now. And she does not move from that spot, in my experience.
Crush you to goo!
Or at least she knows. She never did it when I did this all yesterday. No, finish this guy off. That did like fucking nothing. To heal you. Like that legitimately did nothing to heal you.
I'll do it.
Okay, now we bring Nayra up.
My turn to save the day.
Because what we need is for Nayra to come up here. Cast Magic Missile.
Yes.
And then everybody charges.
Feel my power.
My turn to save the day.
Oh no, Nayra, you're not needed to fight. You stay back. Ow, that fucking hurt. There we go. Wait, do not kill me, please. I will tell you where to go to find my lord. The undercellar is where you wish to go. It is there that you will find Servok. You can reach the undercellar through the sewers. Please, let me go now. I am ashamed of my lack of courage. Because we're good guys, we'll let her go. Give us all your possessions and then get out of our sight. Take everything, it matters little. My life is forfeit. She proceeds to not actually drop anything, and we proceed to still kill her and get the 2000 XP for it.
Yes.
She did not drop the journal. I'm gonna have to kill her again because we're gonna have to do this again because when I killed her, when I originally recorded this part, she dropped a journal. But she doesn't seem to have dropped it this time, which is kind of annoying.
Yes.
It actually is kind of annoying.
My turn to save the day.
So do that again, but this time we're gonna actually murder her.
My turn to save the day.
Okay, apparently our spell was a little bit slow, and so we didn't get to her in time.
Think carefully.
We're gonna try that again. I don't know what the fuck happened there where our spell was, for some reason, just
My turn
didn't
to
fucking
save the
do its
day.
thing. I don't know why.
For the fallen!
Begin!
And here we go. As you should be, coward, now you die. There we go.
Think.
Now everybody back
carefully
off
with
except for
caution.
me. Let's go back. And now magically, you know, she doesn't drop the letters if you let her go. I don't know why. We literally say drop your possessions, but for some reason she seems to just drop the gold, her robe, and her dagger. She does not drop Servok's diary or the letters. So, letter 1. Servok, I have received your letter, and I am quite overjoyed by your proposition. I have told my wife, and she is as excited as I am. I accept your mission and think that your payment is very adequate. This will be our greatest feat yet, to kill 3 Grand Dukes of Baldur's Gate. We will be arriving in Baldur's Gate within a week, and should be taking up our usual residence at the Undercellar. If you wish to contact us, you will find us there. Use the access points through the sewers. Joyfully yours, Slythe. Servok, I must say that our first victim was not the challenge that my wife and I had expected. The foppish idiot had only the most token of defenses. However, I can assure you that Entar screamed quite deliciously all the way to the end. I hope that this next mission is much more difficult. From what you have told me, it would seem to be assassinating 2 Grand Dukes in their own palace, while they harangue, however the hell it's pronounced, the high nobles of Baldur's Gate, no less. I can't wait. You still know where to find us. You should come down and enjoy the pleasures of the Undercellar for yourself, but if I know you, that'll never happen. Your obedient servant, Slythe. And then a long, long-ass diary. I'm not going to read the entire diary. I will read the last entry. If you want to read the other entries prior to the last one, then you can pause the video as I scroll by. I will generally try to do long pauses in places where I think is a good place to pause. Okay, and here we go. Unknown of Mertley. No time to write, but I must not neglect my journals. So, the future dead must know of how the Lord of Murder came again, the Lord of Murder again came to them. I shall hire a scribe when time allows. Things have not gone completely as I have planned, but I will still be able to salvage the situation. Korgath is on the move to Baldur's Gate. If I could maneuver the whelp to Candlekeep, then I would have the perfect scapegoat for my plan. My mortal father, Raeltar, is there to meet with the Knights of the Shield. He has been blocking all my attempts to escalate the hostilities between Am and Baldur's Gate, and these meetings will only serve to smooth relations. I must rid myself of them all and assume control of the Iron Throne myself. I cannot allow petty business and monetary concerns to interfere. Terribly sorry, Father, but my true parentage calls, and you are in my way. I shall be sure to instruct the doppelgangers in the exact manner Raeltar should die. I think a garrote would be perfect for the task. This diary looks to be important. You should probably keep it on your person. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So, that is going to be it for this part. We're going to go ahead and make our way down to the cellar so we can go into the sewers next time.
Yes.
And we'll be making our way to the Undercellar.
Think carefully. Think carefully.
Basically trying to avoid the cops as much as possible. It is the advantage of going
Think
into the
carefully.
sewers. Because I think generally there are no cops down there. Well, I say cops, you know, knights. Flaming Fist dudes. Generally speaking, I don't think there's Flaming Fist dudes
carefully.
down here. Ooh, fuck. What the hell are you?
Blade will cut you down to size.
I'll do it.
Tis good as done.
Oh shit, I didn't want you to fucking come up top.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Game, I literally didn't fucking tell them to go up top. But I can't tell her to go back down because...
And watch
You
this.
must gather your party before venturing
Again?
forth.
Because I need to bring the entire party up top to be able to tell just her to come back down. Because somehow that makes sense.
Think carefully. With caution.
Okay, now what I wanted to do was actually pull up the map. Shit. Okay, this map does not this map annoyingly does not give me pointers, so I don't know exactly where we need to go here, but I don't think it's this map zone that I can access the undercellar from. I think it's one of the other sewer zones. If I recall correctly. Fuck, face spider.
Eat flaming! Or, my turn to save the day.
Think carefully.
Where the fuck are you going, Jaheira?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, I hate the pathfinding in
My
this
turn
game.
to save the day.
think it is absolute garbage.
Yes.
I'm gonna just tell you guys to move in a line, huh? How does that sound? Maybe then you guys won't be frickin' idiots. Now, I say there's no guards down here, but if I actually recall correctly, I think there was one, like, checkpoint, like,
You must
location.
gather your party before venturing
With caution.
forth.
I just, for the life of me, don't recall where it is. I think it was, like, here. I think it was one of these. One of those two. Now, I do recall that the undercellar was able to be accessed from down here. I swear I recall that. I just don't recall where it was down here. That's the main thing. I might pull up a map to figure it out. But what we're going to do is we're going to end this part here. Or technically a little bit further along than when I first recorded this, but whatever. So I will see you all next time, where we will be making our way to the undercellar via the sewers, while trying to avoid any potential flaming fist knights that are down here in the sewers. Again, I believe there were two at one of those like choke points somewhere where everything sort of connects. But I do not recall exactly which one it was, and I think it was only at one of them. So we just sort of need to avoid that one in particular, because otherwise they're going to try to arrest us, and I don't think we have any real way of getting around that. But yeah, so if you want to stay up to date with the channel, I would highly recommend you join the Discord server. That is my go-to place for posting about the channel. If you wish to support the channel financially, the major ways to do that are going to be either via Patreon or Streamlabs. Take your pick as to what you prefer. If you go Patreon, you get some goodies, such as early access to videos, while if you go Streamlabs, you don't get any goodies. But on an individual basis, I believe more, well, when there's not tons of consistent monthly support, I believe Streamlabs ends up working out better on like a individual basis. While I believe the math works out that Patreon ends up being better if there is a lot of support on a monthly basis. Streamlabs did add in an option, a number of, well, now we're approaching like a year, I think. An option for monthly donations. But it's up to you how you want to support the channel if you decide to go ahead and do so. That money does allow me to be able to do things like upgrade my computer, buy more games, because I don't get very many games, for one thing, sent to me. So I generally need to buy them myself. But of course, you know, obviously if I enjoy a game, or if I think I will enjoy a game, I buy it myself anyway. But, you know, if you support the channel financially, that allows me to, you know, cover that expense. I'm not necessarily needing to think about, oh, do I want to buy that right now, or do I want to maybe wait a little bit longer before picking it up? Especially if it's something I may not play immediately in some cases. But yeah, so I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.